G'day everyone, my name is Coolpilot and welcome back to another episode of Civ 5 Civilization Challenge playing as Greece. Finally, it has been over a month since I have actually played this and of course recorded an episode because of, well, sinus problems followed by this last week. I was just too busy as it is. I'm actually recording this at the end of a day that is a day late. I'm recording this on Tuesday, should have been up Monday, but it was kind of hard to come in and record an episode of Civ 5, a strategy game, on a single hour sleep. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to come back after a month of not playing this game and try and record an episode on a 1 hour's worth of sleep. Yeah, that just wasn't going to happen, so I'm doing it today instead. And obviously, since it is Tuesday, the 10th of March in 2015, and City Skyline just released, I'm going to be playing that as soon as I finish this. But, yeah, I'm only going to record one episode in this session. Next session, probably going to try and record a little bit more. But this will be a nice single episode to try and get back into figuring out what the heck I was doing last time. Now, it looks like technology-wise, we were going up to scientific theory because we were in dire need of advancing our tech. Because looking at demographics, we are 4th, but that's only kind of middle of the pack. We want to keep up on that. Soldiers we are terrible on, and we need to improve that once we get some buildings going. I think probably once the Lean Tower Pisa is built, since we can't build any of our national wonders because Corinth needs everything, and we're about to actually settle 2 cities, which we'll talk about in a minute. After this, we're doing so well in happiness, not going to need Colosseum. The only things I can think of is Caravanserai, and then the military buildings, the barracks, and I don't know if we have armories yet or not, but if we do, then that. Oh, and banks. Oh, yeah. So we do have a few things here we want to build in the capital, and then just start working on pumping out soldiers, because we are eventually going to want to go to war with Polynesia here. Definite cities I want to take: Honolulu, for sure, the capital. 4 wonders: pyramids, Great Wall, Notre Dame, and Terracotta Army. And Terracotta Army would only give us like culture at this point. Great Wall is going to be pointless once dynamite comes in. But pyramids are really nice, and so is Notre Dame. A lot of happiness. And that's for their entire civ. Presumably they're all in some more. I have to page up here because my mouse wheel is still broken. Have to get a new mouse. Well, they have the pyramids here, that is for sure. I mean, that was really obvious. It looks like the Terracotta Army's there. What else do they have? They have the Great Wall is off. You can see the Great Wall around here. Presumably that is based here in Honolulu. And the Notre Dame. Is that what that is? It doesn't look like Notre Dame. It looks like more like a castle. Doesn't look like it's there. Really doubt it's going to be down there. Probably is in Honolulu, most likely. Civ's AIs tend to build mostly the wonders mostly in their capital, unless they have some other city that has really high production. Because generally your production will be in your capital. But we want to take Honolulu and probably Samoa, Tonga, Raieta, however the hell you pronounce that, and Nukuhiva. Those 5 cities will be the ones we take. These 2 would be nice to get as well, but not quite as important. But it would kind of wipe them out. But these are the main 5 that we would be attacking, and some of these are just to get a good attack line on Honolulu. Tonga is just plain easy to capture, at least by naval. But that's a plan for the future, potentially distant future, but it is something we want to do at some point before the game ends. In the end, though, our goal is diplomatic victory, as it always has been, and that will be a lot easier with our unique power in order to keep the city-states on our side once their votes actually start counting, because at this point it doesn't. So Poland's leading the World Congress, and Arabia has the most votes because they got the World Wonder that I was kind of wanting, but it ended up taken before I could even start building it, if I remember right. But eventually, of course, the city-states will start counting for votes, and that will help us a lot in the World Congress, and hopefully eventually need to win. When it comes to those settlers I was mentioning, it looks like we have two. One here at Sparta, and one here just passing Corinth. This one was going somewhere up here. I'm going to have to remember my spots, though. And this settler was coming to settle down here. I believe right here, if I remember correctly, was the spot I was thinking of for this Spartan settler. In fact, if we click on it, that does indeed look like it is the best spot for it. Because this is out of, this would, get the fish, but it's out of range of the iron. Can't even settle there as far as I know, because it's right next to the city borders. Although that would definitely get everything. But of course we want a city on, prefer to have a city on the river and on the sea, which would mean these two. Over here we gain a sheep and 2 land tiles. Over here, have a sheep. Over here we have the fish, but Sparta's using that fish, and we would lose the floodplains and 2 land tiles. Yeah. Actually, 3 land tiles, because we lose 1. And we would lose more land tiles, potential workable land tiles, if we, of course, take Tonga, because it overlaps a little bit with Tonga. Some of Tonga's current tiles. So I'm thinking here is the best spot for that. Going up here, I'm trying to remember where I was thinking. We wanted to go here. I think it was right here, if I remember right. That or down here. And I really, really do not remember which it was. Perhaps over here? Overlaps a fair bit with Corinth. See here, 1, 2 rings, 1, 2 rings. They would each have, 2 area, and they could potentially share some tiles. And that would put the iron in actual workable range for a city rather than just sitting out in the middle of nowhere. But this puts us closer to that wheat. And here we could even potentially snipe that silver, which I might want to do. Interesting decision. And then, here works. It'll be slightly more defensible, but I'd like to keep that grass lanes empty and settle on the flat plains, because that's not quite as useful. This would be within 2 turns of a mountain tile, but I think observatory, you have to be next to it. It must be actually next to it, and that's the main mountain thing. I think the 2 turns is, not 2 turns, 2 tiles is Machu Picchu. Yeah, and that's already been built, so that doesn't matter. So we can be over here and be just fine. Be bordering, 2 civs. But I like the spot. Especially with potentially sniping out of that silver would be nice. So I think that is the plan. About spent half this episode, because I'm going, one of the things now is I'm going to try and keep these episodes to around 20 to 25 minutes. I was trying that earlier and didn't quite work, but I'm going to try to be a little bit more strict on that. So basically I spent half an hour, not half an hour, half our episode, just trying to remember what the heck we were doing. Who needs orders? You do. Right, you were going to see what the heck was down here, weren't you? Whoops. This didn't to move you quite that quickly, but oh well. Next turn. See what everyone's doing. That missionary is heading for Honolulu. Oh, come on! So much for building the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Maybe we'll have to have a war with Arabia at some point. Steal Mecca. Luckily, it only put a few turns into it. but that is really annoying. Really wanted that. That helps increase great people production throughout your entire civilization. It's one of my favorite wonders next to Neuschwanstein and Petra. I'm thinking, how many... Don't go to the stupid trireme. It's not even Jimmy. How many trade routes are we getting into us? All of the land trade routes are going into Sparta right now. So it's not much use building caravans in Athens at the moment. So let's go bank and then our military buildings. And then start pumping out some soldiers to get our military up. Oh, look, barbarian, composite bowman. We're just gonna go run away, and boy is that movement not working right. Composite bowman, get shot at about my galleass. I'm just gonna feed off of that guy as much as I can. That general no longer needs investors. And what was the other one? Ormus has a new ally. Ottomans replace Poland. Should be probably still be going over to him because he promised not to do it to me, which actually surprised me because they almost never do that. Hostile city-state. We are going to pledge to protect you. And we are all going to do the same with Ragusa. Because I noticed that we hadn't done that yet. I guess the red shield must mean that the time span for penalties if we fail to abide by the pledge to protect hasn't passed yet. It looks like these guys are returning home from their not war with Poland. It looked like they were going to war and they didn't. Oh yeah, I wanted to upgrade you. Should I do that now? Or do we want to... Well, we're still getting these settlers into place. So we might want to keep our gold for purchasing tiles and the like. Yeah, because we're definitely going to want to be able to purchase tiles. Because I'm going to want to snatch up this iron over here. And try to get that silver over there. So you are coming this way, right? Yeah. Kind of a weird route. But it says it's the fastest. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be the same by land, though. So just go the safer way by land. And I think using the horsemen to escort you will be the best idea. Yeah, you need orders. Composite bowmen. We're escorting our settler over this way. Gonna take about 4 turns to get there. You still wanting orders? Where do I want to send you? Probably back down to Sparta. And we can get there in 1 turn. Where do I actually want to set you, though? Probably over on our worker. Gallius, you were out exploring, right? Trying to fill in all the gaps. Well, nothing there for us to look at. You can't really do much up here. We already went as far as we could go to that way. The glacier blocks the path, unfortunately. Where else could we send you guys? If anywhere. We'd have to go through Makassar or through Poland. At least until we get proper seafaring with astronomy. Which we're putting off for now because we're trying to get to scientific theory. So I guess just send you to hunt barbarians and send you back potentially. Can't get back to Athens now because it's blocked off by this cockfucking city. So I'm just gonna send you back, I guess. I don't think anyone out here is complaining about barbs. Nope. But you're already out of moves, so we're fine for now.
Jak ci się podoba moja oferta?
Luckily, we do get this. Now, is anyone else wanting... Well, they don't show that they're wanting whales because I'm currently using whales, but I've given whales to pretty much everyone. Poland doesn't have anything for me. All that really does is Siam. Oh wait, no, that's stuff I have that he wants. The bottom is stuff I have that they want. And the top is stuff they have that I want. But my happiness is already so freaking good. I think just getting the gold is fine.
W porządku.
And it might be good seeing Florence Seeks a Great Router. And apparently several other things. Florence Seeks a Great Rasa. No. Oh, we were just friends. Never mind. I was about to say, did he just take my ally? Wine connected for Ur, so now we're allies with him, so we get more food. And no longer friends with Vilnius. And you say right. Dies from Gajamada? Who is that again? I don't recognize Indonesia. I don't recognize every single one. So we want to re-get that. That was Wales for dies.
Bagyo.
Wales for dies.
Sotar.
Yeah, let's renew it. You have been promoted. Good. And we can steal technology. Well, we're currently working on economics. We can get gunpowder from Musketmen and Himeji Castle. Acoustics, which is one of the ones that we actually want to get up to scientific theory. Or astronomy, which is the cheapest of them all. Obviously, I'm going to go either acoustics or gunpowder. Probably acoustics here. I'm just double checking what gunpowder has. It's really just the Musketmen. And the military power isn't what we're focusing on right now. That will be the next step in, well, that'll be the next step in building, and it'll also be the next step in tech. But we want to get scientific theory first in tech, because we want to keep, obviously, our tech going. So, and also help improve our culture a little bit, potentially go after some of these religious wonders and culture wonders. Actually, I think they're all cultural wonders, aren't they? Science wonder, too. Yeah. Let's grab acoustics. And you have been promoted. Honolulu. That's where we're getting our text from. Not sure where they are on that, unless we can... Does it say in here 35 technologies? I know there's someplace. Oh, right. Trading what's available. So we can check here. Has discovered 3 technologies that we do not know. That might not have quite updated yet, because we just stole one of them. Or it might be that he has one after one of the 3. And it's probably he has one of the techs that comes after one of the 3 that we had the option of stealing. You know, basically one of the 3 that we had the option of stealing was a prerequisite for one that he had. But that way, it's makes a little bit more sense. So he still has techs that we don't have, so we can keep stealing from him because we don't care about what he thinks about us. And I also can see that he's pumping out settlers, so we want to get this guy down here quick. Keep on top of them. And yeah, you just keep on gathering intelligence. Building in Cornus. You got so many buildings to build, you gotta keep on that. What do we want to build next, though? There's so many options. University, we should probably get on right now. Yeah, it's 16 turns, but it's really important. Workshop would help build everything, though. Well, temple's still important because we'll get, I mean, like right now, we would get, well, that's normal farm, but right now you would get, it's 2 from each, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 science. Just from that, and this thing's already only been out 15, so. Oof. I mean, it's a tough question. I think I'm going to go workshop. Get the production first, because that is one thing that Corinth lacks a little bit of, is production. You will wait. You have finished hooking up the wine, so now we're also going to need more workers too. I'm noticing. What are you working? You're working all improved tiles at this point. A couple of the guys are going in here. And this was just hooking it up just to get the wine, because we can't actually work it. We may want to get a mine onto here. Get some extra hammers. Don't have fertilizer yet, so this would just be 2 food, 1 hammer. Not that great. This would be 3 though, because it's on the river. So let's go do that. And we'll just leave this guy to stand alert there. You little trieme, you are going to come up here and see what these guys are doing. Maybe try and block their settler a little bit. You have finished doing that. What do I want you doing next here? There's not much for you to do, really. What's the next tile that we're getting? We're getting the bananas next, looks like, but that's 10 turns away. I'm thinking start sending them over here with our settler. Probably want to go build a farm here first if we're settling here. So let's go that route. Yep, keep moving. And you're going to move up here on the hill. Get some sight. You're going to keep bombarding this, milking it for all the XP you can get till you cap. Try and find our way out of here without angering anyone. And we'll let the turn roll over, see if anything pops up. Oh, and I'll check Siam here. He's wanting stuff that we only have 1 of. But we'll see if we can do something. And we'll check Poland real quick for the defensive pact. No longer ally of Oh, that didn't last long. Our borders of Sparta have grown so well quickly. Before we go, yeah, we don't really have anything to trade. He's wanting too much. And Poland, I doubt this is gonna work. He does consider me a friend, though. Good guy, Poland. Oh, he'll take it. Yes, yes. Yes, let us have a defensive pact with strong Poland. I don't think there's anyone else I need to have defensive pacts with. We currently have one with Siam for some reason. I think he was friendly, but now he's guarded, so yeah. And there's no one else I'd want to get that with, so we are good. Polynesia ever decided to go with us? Well, we're the only one that really borders him, but we would have our buddies in the back on our side, and we have our buddies in the back to defend us from anyone in the east, so that is good. And the only one that really stands all that much of a threat to us is Polynesia, and that's the guy that we're going to want to go after at some point, so hopefully this bank will finish up soon so we can start building some things that we're all going to have to build probably a worker or 2 before we actually start on the military units, but then we'll start on military units and get our cities settled, and trying to get them built up so that we can eventually build those national wonders. We're going to have the Oxford University so late. Oh, we do have Musicians Guild that we needed to do. Alright, because that came out of acoustics, so we'll need to build that probably once the bank's done. And then starting the barracks and everything. And but yeah, we're going to get Oxford University so freaking late, it is ridiculous. But we'll get a really good free technology out of it. Plus side. But that will be it for today. Looking pretty good. Hopefully we should get to our spot before any settlers over here get anywhere close, I would think. Let's just take a little peek. He's moving pretty fast. You have to keep an eye on this. But yeah, hopefully we can settle that city real quick. Snatch up the spots we need, and this spot seems to be uncontested at the moment, so that we should be able to get that one just fine. And get this train rolling a little bit better, because running on 3 cities, not the best idea. I've been doing that for a little bit too long, and now we've already slipped down to 5 on illiteracy. So yeah, we really need to get those couple more cities going, get our overall production up, start looking towards Polynesia in the future. Yeah, that'll be it for today, and I will see you guys next time. Stop scrolling to the right.